Hi, garden friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Era, and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. It's Sunday, and it's time for a Sunday walkabout. As you can see, I have my coat on. That's because the temperature has dropped, guys. We are down to 53 again. We were literally at 86 and 85 and 88 the other day. And here we are on Sunday, down to somewhere between 53 and 54. But I've got a lot to show you, so let's get started. All right, guys, so turning the camera around, things are looking great. I have a lot of things in bloom, a lot of things are budded up, and a lot of things are just looking great. And I actually have a plant that surprised me, and I'll show you that later on. So first up, I want to show you two new purchases, right? I have a peony that I picked up. Said I wasn't going to buy anymore, but I went to Lowe's and I saw this one. And even my Lowe's professional said, I thought you didn't want any more peonies. And I said, I'm just going to pick this one up, you know. In any case, the Dr. Alexander Fleming peony was $16.98. Got it for $8, pretty much half off, right? Looks nice and healthy. And when I buy the peony plants, I try to buy them with a bud, so I can get an idea of what it really truly looks like that year, right? And also, you know, I won't be transplanting this yet. I want to let it bloom, and then I'll put it in the container that's going to stay, right? This beauty here looks like a nice pink, and let me know if you have this one. Foliage looks great, so I'll definitely show you when it blooms. The other plant, which I'm extra excited about, is the ageratum, guys. I've been looking for this thing forever, right? It's sold out at a lot of online retailers. But I got this at Walmart yesterday. Went to Walmart to do a typical, you know, what's new. And I saw this guy here. It's an annual for me. It's hardy from zone 9. So it definitely will not come back unless I, you know, keep it inside or try to protect it. Or what I could do, which is what I'm going to do, is actually just collect the seeds, or apparently from what my reading is saying, this one is good from cuttings as well. This was $14, guys. Let me try to find you the tag. Ageratum, $14.44. And the reason I've been looking for this guy is because I read that this guy can bring in even more, just as much as pollinators as plants such as the lantana or the verbena or the butterfly bush. This is also known as floss flower. How pretty is this? Now, they have apparently different colors, but this one just says ageratum and blue, right? It says it grows 6 to 12 inches tall, and it's wider than it's tall. So I can't wait to see if the butterflies, you know, gravitate towards this guy. Let me know if you have ageratum in your garden and how it does. Now, usually I would never buy an annual for $14.44, but there are actually 4 plants in here, right? So I'm going to transplant it to a bigger pot and keep an eye on it in the season to see if it truly does bring in the pollinators that they say that it does. But $14.44, guys, from Walmart. Next up, my dill seeds have sprouted. Now, remember last week I told you I planted some dill seeds because I read that dill is the host plant for the black swallowtail, right? So I planted those and they have sprouted. Very, very happy. They're in part sun right now. So I will bring them in more sun as the leaves get more mature. These are in containers and they're going to stay in the containers. And of course, you remember I told you I also planted some in the ground, and I haven't checked on those yet, but I'm happy to see that the dills have sprouted. So I anticipate that I will definitely have more of the black swallowtail. Hopefully these plants will stay nice and healthy. You guys also might have remembered that I showed you this German bearded iris that I don't know what the variety is. One thing I must say, it is pretty short blooming, guys. It's already looking, you know, rough already, but this one is definitely, it's putting the blooms out. They don't last that long, but they're putting them out. I put this in my Google Lens, and it's telling me all kinds of stuff. So I definitely don't know what it is, but I can tell you right now, it is a beautiful plant. Also in the same place is where I have most of my German bearded irises. And this guy here, one that I bought for a couple of years now, this one comes back for me reliably, guys. This one here, and it's all budded up. It's going to be a nice purple. It's going to be a full purple. I've had it for years. It's fine. I have a lot. Now, I definitely need to divide this. Even though I'm getting a lot of shoots this year, I feel like next year I might need to actually do something about this. So here's one of the purple, and here's another one, and you can see it has all the spikes getting ready to put on this beautiful purple bloom. My Captain Solo calla lilies have broken dormancy and they have come to the ground pretty fast, guys. These guys here, they do really, really well for me. This really, really nice, bright yellow. Definitely will show you guys when it starts to bloom, but this is what they're looking like. I have them somewhere close to the German bearded iris. They're going to have to move sooner or later. You see how close it is to that iris? It definitely cannot stay there, especially since the irises are rhizomes and are growing underground. But my calla lily, I'm happy to see this is his third year coming back. Here's another German bearded iris that I showed you in a short last week, and another one that I don't know what it is. And again, Google Lens is telling me all kinds of stuff. Wish I knew what these names were. It seems as though I had bought certain varieties thinking it was one thing and then it's not, right? But this is what it's looking like, and I have a lot of spikes for this year. Last year it didn't bloom at all. And I thought to myself, maybe I need to divide it, but here it is with 3 spikes and at least 7 irises on it. Let me know if you know this variety and how it does in your yard. This is a moonshine yarrow, guys. It is all budded up. I bought this in a 2-quart. A 2-quart from Lowe's last year, and this thing is pretty much 5 times the size of it. It is very, very nice looking, guys, and you can see it's starting to turn a little bit yellow here. It's going to be a nice bright yellow. Love yarrows. They love the heat. The butterflies love them. The bees love them. One thing I learned about the yarrow is do not fertilize them. Right? Do not make your soil that great, because for whatever reason, they don't like it. It's really strange. The one plant that doesn't like that stuff. But in any case, it is all budded up. I love that silvery foliage. I have 2 of them and they all look like this. Here's my Pearls of Perfume mock orange. I bought this guy off the ground at Lowe's in a 2-gallon. Right? It was looking rough. I mean, I thought the thing was dead, but it is looking nice. We bought this last year and here we are in 2026 and this guy is thriving. Now, I must say it doesn't smell as perfumey or citrusy or whatever it's supposed to smell like. I'm not smelling anything and I'm right here. Right? But it doesn't matter though. I'm not worried about this, the amazing smell or anything. I just like to see the plant is healthy. Now you can see open blooms right here and you can see all the ones that are all budded up right here. Very, very happy with my clearance plant that I paid $12 for a 2-gallon of this Pearls of Perfume mock orange. Now this guy here is in full sun. And I've been watering it and taking care of it. I've fed it and everything, and it is very, very happy. Here's a red hot poker that I also showed you in a short the other day. This one is a no-name brand. I had bought the rhizome from Lowe's like 4 years ago, and it comes back reliably without a problem, right? And what happens with this is it blooms early. So you already see this is that first bloom I showed you, and then you see 3 more blooms down here. Right? But I have other red hot pokers that will bloom later on in the season. So this guy comes out early and the other ones take me all the way down to the frost. Love this guy because it has this really nice papaya, mango, pineapple looking colors. Really, really nice. Do you remember those plants I told you that I bought online and I mixed them up and then I didn't know what was what? But I'm thinking I'm getting to the point where I know what it is. This must be the sweet spire, right? This has to be Fizzy Mizzy, the way it's looking. And the other one has to be Clethra, right? So you can see, because I did a Google Lens and it actually did tell me it was a sweet spire, but I wasn't sure. But now that it's putting on its little buds, I can tell it probably is, right? But I'll definitely correct myself if it turns out not to be. But this is what it's saying. So here's one right here. And then here's another one right here. So these 2 must be the sweet spire. Here's my blue sea holly, also known as eryngium. And every time I come out, guys, this guy is growing and growing. The spike keeps going up and up and up. It's going to probably go to around 3.5 to 4 feet tall before it starts to bloom. And it has these buds right now, but ultimately it's going to be a purple thistle-like bloom, right? Interesting looking spiky bloom. And it doesn't have the greatest smell, I must say, right? It doesn't. But it looks amazing and it brings in pollinators that other plants don't. Like most pollinators, you know, the bees, the butterflies, the birds, the hummingbirds, right? This guy will bring in all these little insecty looking things. It's really, really interesting. I'm very, very happy with this eryngium. The Bernardine clematis or clematis is looking great. As you know, I keep mine in a container. And it was outside that whole year, the last 2 years, and it comes back reliably. Here's the main bloom, and then we have some secondary blooms here. We are all budded up, and this guy here looks like it's going to completely open today, right? Very, very happy with this nice plant here that needs a trellis, right? Really, really nice. Let me know if you have Bernardine clematis and how it does in your yard. This is the Carl Rosenfield peony that I bought from Lowe's, 2 weeks ago, right? And I said I wasn't going to put it in the main container where it's going to stay yet. I wanted it to bloom. Once I know it bloomed and it looks what it's supposed to look like, then I'll put it in its main container. So it's still in the container I bought it, but I'm going to put it in this brown container once it's done blooming. So I want to give you a close-up of the bloom. Now the picture shows red, right? But this looks more of a deep pinky red to me. I'm not worried about it one bit. I'm still happy with it. I love peonies either way, but I just want to show you what it's looking like in the pot right now. All right, so finally I've gotten around to filling up my beds, guys. These are my raised beds that I got from either the folks at Vago Garden. This one I got from Vago. And these ones I bought for myself on Amazon, right? Love them. I've put a lot of organic matter at the bottom and leaves and all kinds of crushed up leaves and all kinds of stuff. And then I bought some bags of soil and filled it up. Since we rained yesterday, it kind of settled the soil anyway, because I'm thinking this is what's going to look like, right? And then I have my seeds. You know, I plant my edible garden, except for the berries that I bought the bush, years ago. Anything else I will plant from seed. So I have stuff like jalapeno pepper, red pepper, I have sweet pepper, cilantro, cucumber, buncheon onions, okra, which I love, thyme, dill, all kinds of stuff, guys. So I will probably work on that video tomorrow, but I just want to show you that I finally finished filling the actual garden beds and it is time to plant. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm in the side yard now that I've been working on, and I want to show you a few things. First one is the perennial hibiscus, or the hardy hibiscus, has broken ground and is going full speed ahead. This guy here loves a lot of water, so I have to pay attention to it. It will droop if it doesn't stay moist. It's not like the tropical one that doesn't need a lot of water. The hardy or the perennial hibiscus. These ones I think I got from the folks of Proven Winners. I definitely will give you more information once they really start growing. Coming down even more on the side yard, guys, I've got some knockout roses that are actually starting to bloom, right? They're looking nice and healthy. It's all budded up. One thing I can say, a lot of folks don't like the knockout roses because they think they're not true roses and all that stuff, right? But these guys are so reliable. These are some of the Walmart roses that are all budded up, right? All these buds, every last one of my Walmart roses are all budded up and hopefully are going to put on a really nice show for me this year. Keep moving down. We have some of the Dutch irises down here. See those purple guys are Dutch irises. And I must have bought a mix because I just saw this the other day. This one here, and they have a white and yellow one. See? So I must have bought something from Lowe's, right? So I'm very happy to see those. One thing I want to tell you guys is that I keep saying it, but I'm really going to remove these gardenias. They are not performing. Look at this gardenia. I have no idea what the problem is. Everybody is doing great except the gardenia. And it's just making things look rough. I am going to pull it out and I'm going to put it in a container, See if it comes back and give it away, because I'm just tired of this whole gardenia drama, guys. Other things are looking great. Here's my white wedding hydrangea from the folks from Southern Living Plant Collection. Here is a penstemon here looking great. Butterfly bushes that I bought from the folks at Growers Outlet. Those are looking great, right? Here's one of the penstemons in bloom, right? Keeping it moving, guys. Looking really, really great. But the one I'm making my way down here because I want to show you something. I saw this stalk yesterday and I was so happy and surprised because when I bought this house, this yucca thing here, this yucca plant was here. And I kept saying I was going to move it. I was going to move it. Now, don't worry too much about all those what you're thinking is weeds. This is actually seedlings from the oak trees. All these guys are seedlings from the oak trees that I need to pull out. And I mean, it's a losing battle, to be honest with you, with these seedlings because they're everywhere, right? So it's just going to have to be part of the garden, if you ask me. But I was so happy to see this thing just spiked, just like that. Look at that spike. And I don't know, all of a sudden, I've been here for 5 years and this thing never did anything. And then here we are today having this nice spike. And I can't wait for it to bloom so I could really see what it looks like. Let me know if you have yucca, what type of yucca you have, and if it actually blooms in your garden. Because I am just so happy to see it because I thought that this plant was just there, you know, and didn't do anything, but it finally put up a bloom. So I was really, really surprised to see it. Let me know if you have this guy. Next up, I'm almost done. I'm almost done with my slope garden, guys. This has been a work in progress between me hurting my arm and between me having to find rocks freely over the yard and waiting on Lowe's and Home Depot and Walmart to actually start bringing in some of these plants that are good for slopes. It's been a slow process working on this slope garden, guys, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there. As you can see, I've done some work with the cardboard and mulched, and then I'm still not done because down this part has to be mulched, but I can't mulch it yet because I have space to put one more level of planting here, which is why this is what it is. I'm hoping by the end of April, this will be a done project and I could definitely be happy with what it looks like. But I've put a lot of plants in there so far. I've put in salvia, I've put in daisies, dwarf Burford hollies, and these guys here, which are lyrope, also known as lily turf. Also got some candy tuft in here and some of the nepeta here. And then I made a little walk thing here so that people don't walk in my garden. And then I have some ajuga here, which are ground covers and are really, really great for me, guys. But I'm still not done. Hopefully for my May tour, this will be a finished project, but this is what it's looking like right now. I am very, very happy. Wrapping things up in the shade garden, guys. I am very happy with the way things are looking between the hosta, the heuchera, the Siberian bug loss, also known as Brunnera, a stilby, bleeding heart, the lungwort, also known as pulmonaria. Everybody's just looking great, guys, and I'm very, very happy. You guys know I bought these as small plants, and they've come back every year, getting a little bigger and bigger. Very, very happy with the way things are looking. It really is quite windy today, guys, so I'm going to wrap things up. Let me know what you think of the garden and how things are going in your yard. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted in all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.